Good morning, Hope Church. Pastor Brian Eno here with our Thriving Through Hope devotional series from May 27th. Today I want to share something with you that I shared with our staff just last week. I asked them this question: do you ever talk to yourself? How about answer yourself? I know I do from time to time. I often find myself talking to myself while I'm driving in the car. And, Charles Spurgeon once said this. I want to read it to you. He said, "Some of the best talks in the world are those which a man has with himself. He who speaks to everyone except for himself is a great fool." In 1 Samuel chapter 30, verse 6, we read a very small but very significant verse. It says this. It says, "David strengthened himself in the Lord his God." Now, up to this point in David's life, he'd been running from King Saul for many years. He was now hiding out and living amongst the Philistines, the enemy of God's people. And he had just been rejected for service in their army. And then he discovers that his entire family had been kidnapped by raiders. This was a very, very dark and difficult time for David. I know we feel like we have it really rough right now amongst this COVID-19 pandemic that we're living in. And for some of us, it is very difficult. But I don't know that it compares to what David was facing at this time. And we can read a little bit more of the backstory in 1 Samuel chapter 30, verses 3 through 6. I'd like to read it to you. It says this: "So David and his men came to the city, and there it was, burned with fire, and their wives, their sons, and their daughters had been taken captive. Then David and the people who were with him lifted up their voice and wept, until they had no more power to weep. Now David was greatly distressed, for the people spoke of stoning him, because the soul of all the people was grieved, every man for his son and his daughter." And then we come to that verse. "But David strengthened himself in the Lord his God." How did David strengthen himself in the Lord? How does that work? What does that look like? How do we do this? I need to know. We all need to know. I think we all need to learn to strengthen ourselves in the Lord. I imagine David was having some self-talks and remembering God's goodness in his life at this point. I've learned in order to strengthen myself in the Lord, my God, I need to do a few things. I need to remember God's love. I need to tell myself that nothing will separate us from the love of God in Christ Jesus, that he loves me, and nothing will change that fact. I need to remember God's promises. I need to tell myself he will never leave me nor forsake me. No matter how dark it is, no matter how distant he may feel or seem, no matter where my emotions are, God is with me. He promises to never leave me or forsake me. And I need to remember God's faithfulness. I need to tell myself that God is faithful even when I am not, even when I am faithless. He remains faithful. Nothing can change that. We need to remind ourselves of God's promises, God's love, and God's faithfulness. In dark and difficult times, it's good to remember that God is good and his truth endures forever. In doing so, we will strengthen ourselves in the Lord. And if there was ever a time we need to strengthen ourselves in the Lord, it's during this time. Don't give up. Stay faithful and encourage yourself in the Lord. He will remain faithful to you. Let me pray for you. Jesus, I thank you for Hope Church. I thank you for this Hope Church family that so welcomed Barbara and me into their family. And I pray in Jesus' name your favor on every one of them, that you would walk with them and that they would feel your presence, that they would strengthen themselves in the Lord their God and know that you are with them, that you love them, that you're faithful to your promises, and they will remain true. In Jesus' name, amen. Make it a great week. God bless.